The UNI Panthers are looking for redemption tonight. After a grueling sweep at the hands of last semester's Division III champions, Grace College, the Cats are officially licking their wounds. It hasn't been an easy start, with Jose sidelining for the first game, going to be playing this game for Bikes tonight. The roster is still trying to find its rhythm, all with the new transfer, Man with the Plan. The pressure is on, and tonight it falls on the veteran leadership of TJ to steady the ship and lock in. But the road to rebound goes through some uncharted territory. For the first time in program history, the Panthers are going global as they face their first ever international opponent. Hello, UNI Panther fans and Rocket League fans alike. Welcome to Week 2 of the PCL Division II Central regular season. Tonight, your UNI Panthers from Cedar Falls, Iowa, look to rebound against the University of the Fraser Valley Cascades from Abbotsford, British Columbia. Igneous is in production. My name is Hunter, and thank you for joining us late on your Tuesday night. So, with the Panthers coming in off of that really heartbreaking 3-0 sweep from Grace College, of course, like I said in the intro, Grace College is the Division III champions from last semester there in Division III East. They were able to go ahead and, kind of mid-season step, take form, and take down the Panthers pretty quickly. Now, I know things are a lot different from this semester compared to last semester with the Panthers. Of course, you have the new addition of Man with the Plan, a transfer coming in from excuse me, sorry. Transferring in, and of course we had Jose, who was kind of their switch catch-all, who was able to kind of be the rookie that steps up, be the switch man, be the swing man, as TJ was typically kind of like that forward presence. And then of course you had Bikes, who was the critical third man back in most scenarios. However, this team currently is trying to find an answer to whatever worked last semester. Of course, the Panthers still ended up with a three-win, 3-loss regular season, and then going on to the playoffs where they ended up getting third place in the consolation brackets for the fall 2025 league. And it'll be interesting to see how the Panthers will go into this semester, of course, playing with new teams like, of course, Washington State. We have Fraser Valley for the first time. We've also got the University of Hawaii, Manoa, of course, Grace College. There isn't a lot of overlap except for Rensselaer Polytechnical Institute. That kind of is the only school out of 8 total schools coming over from that last semester to this semester. And of course, things change, of course, rosters change, and we'll see if the Panthers are going to be able to kind of step up with these tides a-changing. So tonight, for your starters for the Panthers, it is going to be TJ, Man with the Plan, and Jose, Bikes unable to join us. And for the Cascades, it's going to be Snack, AJ, and Mushy. So with that, let's get into kickoff game 1 in a best of 5 series, and already off the initial kickoff, 5 seconds in. Jase in with his mid-season form, and a nice little tip-up from the transfer. Man with the plan. The Panthers always drawn first and always drawn early here in this best of 5. 10 seconds already done and away in game 1. Panthers already up by a score. Jase with the shot and the angle. Jase able to go ahead, get his second one in, already done. 14 seconds in to game 1. His first game back of the regular season spring semester. Just like that, Panthers are up by a pair. Could be a high-scoring game if Jase, who's using that Cybertruck, and of course that's something that we've always kind of found interest in or learned a lot about, his kind of comfortability with the mechanics in the Cybertruck. Of course, that's not normally like the Finnick that you would typically see in that regard, but he's able to make it work, and he's able to kind of get those angles that he wants. Snack trying to go ahead, passes it to TJ, sets up the double back, but TJ able to bump it and clear it away. Into the Cascades side of the pitch. And with the plan, tries to float it over the Cascade defender. And Mushy will try and dig it out. TJ, corner shots no good, and Snack able to go ahead and get that one cleared out. However, man with the plan, working from the left-hand side. Gonna have to let this one go, because that's gonna be cleared out by the Cascades. Snack able to go ahead and take advantage of the aggressive Panthers, as that was just a well-played pass by AJ. And just like that, the deficit is 1, as we are, as I just say that, initial kickoff goal for TJ. Again, UNI keeping that deficit at 2 off a quick succession goal right off the kickoff. 3:37 left to play in game 1. This time it's going to be a scramble. Snack finally gets the first demo of the series against Jase. Shot's no good off the crossbar. Snack has to work it to the left-hand side. Man with the plan tries to clear it out right on a tee on top of Snack. Passes it to Jase. He'll go ahead and have to circle back out and around. AJ gets his pass intercepted by TJ. Mushy, left-hand side. 3:03 left to play. Panthers up by a pair. And you can really tell that this team immediately after that loss to Grace College started going into the workshop and started practicing their chemistry. And of course, when I was talking with TJ, he was saying that when it comes to MR or something like that, man with the plan is actually higher, and you can see that skill right there. Nice little bump pass from Jase. Left-hand side from middle of the pitch. Man with the plan able to go ahead and extend the lead. It is 4-1 in favor of the Panthers. 2:40 left to play in game 1, and just like that, Panthers are pouring it on, and this is exactly what they need to do. Not only today, not only for the rest of the games, for the rest of the season, as Jase tries to set up his own double back, but man with the plan, able to be the safety net and the follow-up. 5-1 for the Cats. Excellent job there by man with the plan. And if my statistics are correct, that is 2 goals for Jase, 2 goals for man with the plan, and 1 goal for TJ. Of course, the Panthers are going to need to continue to work on this chemistry. That's one thing that they also have struggled with, especially last semester. With this new rendition of this team, is that typically when they get ahead in such a monumentous fashion as man with the plan scores right here again, typically what we've seen is that the Panthers will get a little bit too relaxed and then they could give up 1, 2, potentially lose a game because of one really strong match offensively. Just like that, man with the plan, able to go ahead, get his first hat trick with the team as Jase able to follow up the shot from TJ, tried to nose it in to the right-hand side, able to go ahead and get this one in, and the Cats are leading by 6 goals with just under 2 minutes left to play in game 1. And I believe that's Jase's hat trick as well. Now, one thing that I would really like to see from this Fraser Valley Cascade troop is to maybe get more comfortable into your rotation. Of course, they're stealing boost as they should, and they are kind of getting their rotates like they need. Unfortunately, they're not kind of capitalizing on any offensive structure that they have. It's usually a UNI Panther defender is usually right there, and the only time that they were able to kind of take advantage of the aggressiveness was on their one scored goal on a nice little pass play from AJ to Snack. That's one thing that maybe might benefit the Cascades as well, is going ahead and getting those demos and trying to interrupt this kind of amazing rhythm that the Panthers currently find themselves in. Just like that, that was kind of a bump in between Snack and AJ. And maybe it's just the nerves, game 1, but also if you're the Cascades, you kind of need to relax and let things come to you. Forget about game 1. Game 1 is usually where you kind of figure out about your opponent. You got to talk about it, you got to relax, and then you got to lock into your own game. 30 seconds left to play. Panthers still lead by 6. TJ tried to set something up center of the pitch. No can do. And we will look to see if the Panthers can go ahead and continue this pressure. Not only for this series, but hopefully the rest of the season. I was getting kind of worried about the chemistry after game 1 with such a strong loss to Grace College that it might have bruised a little bit of their ego, but unfortunately, whatever happened in between Grace College and Fraser Valley is something to behold indeed. And just like that, let's make it official. Panthers lead or win game 1, 7-1 off of 2 hat tricks from Jase and man with the plan. Look at that, 4 assists, 2 saves on 6 shots for Jase, able to go ahead and get that one in. And there might be some issues maybe with the servers as these teams are backing out. We will see what that is momentarily. But if you do have time, do hit ! merch. That'll take you to our Guardian Pro line store where we have t-shirts, hoodies, and fully customizable jerseys available for purchase. If you miss something for Valentine's Day to get something for that special gamer in your life, now's the time to redeem yourself. Go ahead and go to Guardian Pro line and get some merchandise and support UNI Panther Esports. Game 2 now underway. UNI coming off of a dominating 7-1 victory in game 1, looking to see if they can go ahead and continue that. However, the Cascades still have some answers and maybe some fight left in them. And hopefully UFV, or excuse me, UFV can get something going. And already out to a great start defensively as Mushy and AJ able to get first couple saves, as in game 1, UNI scored 2 goals in the first 14 seconds. Jase bumping into Snacks, a little floater center of the pitch. That's saved by TJ. Follow-up from AJ is no good. Mushy gonna have to work back around. 50, top of the ceiling. Finally gets bumped over to AJ. Cascades will take it across the timeline. Jase trying to nose it down on a full set of boosts, tried to pinch it out. No can do, but TJ able to be the third man back. He's got a foot race and he's gonna get demoed by Mushy. That was almost an open goal shot if they had that opportunity. Unfortunately, TJ was demoed. Now this is the kind of fight that I like to see from both of these teams, trying to match pace and kind of lockstep with each other on a lot of really decent contested 50s. Snap. Gets his ball clear away by Mushy. Pinch out for AJ. Long shots no good for Mushy on the left-hand side. Snack able to go ahead, punch it in to the right-hand side. Mushy. Again, still trying to apply that pressure. Snack able to go ahead and get the demo, and it was the demo that they needed. AJ able to go ahead and draw first in game 2. 1-0 for the Cascades. 3:05 left to play in game 2. Off of a very critical demolition. That first goal almost followed up by a second goal, however, off the crossbar for the Cascades, and UNI, again, just getting into that kind of late game form where they start relaxing and maybe not be as aggressive as they kind of feel like they have to defend first. Unfortunately, they need to have offense first, and especially now when you are down a goal. Matt tries to set up his own double back. A little too strong. Jase tried to clear it out and noses it down with a double play defensively. Jase able to go ahead and get the save. Matt, close set of boost, tries to get it in left-hand side. Jase able to kind of nose it in. Gets it clear. Past the TJ. Shot, is it good? No, but it's an own goal! Mushy on the side, right bar. Dunks it in, trying to save it. And just like that, we are tied 1-1 with 2:13 left to play in game 2. What a strange set of circumstances, and I'm sure Mushy is kicking themselves as they comment, great pass. This demo for TJ. Floater in for Mushy's no good. Trying to reclaim that goal. And the ball will go ahead. Work left to right, shots no good, saved by TJ. And with the plan, go ahead, try to set up a pass, but Jase will go ahead and get that one saved off of a long shot from Mushy. However, Snack from the right-hand side able to go ahead and take the lead again for the Cascades. 2-1 with 1:39 left to play in game 2. Really looking forward to see how Fraser Valley continues with their kind of campaign this semester. Of course, last semester, they did lose in the opening round against Marywood, and which was very heartbreaking considering that they finished the regular season last semester 4-2, and of course they had to play against that very dominant Grace College in that regular season. With 1 minute left to go, we could have a battle on our hands, folks, with the Cascades leading only by a goal. And of course, we've seen UNI score for less time on the clock as TJ's going to take this across the timeline. Tries to bump it to himself. Man with the plan, trying to set himself up. Snack and AJ trying to defend. Snack to clear. Jase applying that pressure. However, Mushy gets it cleared out right-hand side. Man with the plan. With 30 seconds to go. AJ, awkward 50 with Mushy. And TJ, man with the plan, doesn't have the angle. Bounces it back to himself off the backboard. And just like that, the dagger as the breakaway shot from Mushy able to go ahead and get this one in. 13 seconds left to play in game 2. Cascades up by a pair. Hopefully the Panthers can go ahead and come back from this one again. We don't want the frustration to sit in early. We've seen it happen definitely with this traditional squad, that usually if things don't start playing right, they start to overcorrect on a lot of things, and it just kind of suffers for the rest of the series. And we've seen that in 2-0 series in the middle of a best of 5. We've seen them in 1-0s. It's really tough sometimes for the Panthers to kind of stay, I guess, tilt-proof. And a big shout out to the Cascades for each member of the team able to go ahead and score a goal in game 2. Now game 3 is going to be underway, and hopefully the Panthers can draw first, and get something going here to maintain strong offense. TJ, Doc, Jase, left-hand side. TJ sets the double back, snack right there. Man with the plan, able to kind of nose it past the defender. Jase, unfortunately, doesn't get that one to go, but TJ able to go ahead and pass it back. Now TJ able to be the third man back. Gets this one to save. Snack's shot is off the mark, just right of the bar. And now Snack with the deep shot. Big save by Jase. But here come the Cascades again, looking for more. However, Mushi's going to be slide tackled out of the way. Jase working the right-hand side. Pass over to TJ and mistimed it. In mid-season form, they would have hammered that home, but unfortunately, it's still early in the spring semester. On in some change, already done and away in game number 3. Both teams with the game, as this one just barely goes into the crossbar, into the goal, just almost had the distance, as the Panthers wish they had that back, as Snack able to go ahead and get this followed up here from Mushi. Just like that, the Cascades draw first with 3:30 left to play in game 3. And the Panthers, again, paying for their overly aggressive kind of plays sometimes, not having that third man back. And it's just some things that you win by, some things that you lose by. As Jase with the breakaway, able to go ahead and tie it up. 1-1, 3:09 left to play from the left-hand side, and it was a foot race. Cybertruck able to go ahead and hit the speed boost, using all electrodes in that Cybertruck. Putting that lithium battery to use. Man with the plan tries to get his own breakaway. TJ able to go ahead and get the demo and the follow-up. TJ able to get this one in. 3:03 left to play, and the Panthers lead by a goal. Hopefully the Panthers can continue that momentum, as this is the second time this series where we've seen the Panthers kind of draw in quick succession kickoff goals. Man with the plan, tries to get it in the corner, hammer it in for TJ! And just like that, in a matter of 15 seconds, the Panthers not only tied, but now lead with 3-1 with 2:55 left to play in game 3. What a change of momentum for the Cats. And Cascade is going to, or excuse me, the Cascades will really need to kind of button it up here if they want to go ahead and try and take another game from this series. AJ gets a bump by TJ. They're working the right-hand side. Jase trying to steal it away. Takes across the timeline to TJ. Awkward 50 off the ceiling. Man with the plan to follow it up with a full set of boosts for TJ. And AJ will go ahead and get that cleared. Snap, shot, Jase, save. And 2:10 left to play. Game 3, UNI just got to settle in their offense and keep on mounting the score like we saw in Game 1. AJ, right-hand side. Tries to set it up, but it was too strong. Jase to clear. He'll go ahead. Get that cleared out by Snack. Snack to Mushy. Man with the plan. Credited with the save. Snack trying to push it in. However, that's going to be cleared out by a UNI defender. And UFV back on defense. TJ's going to be slide tackled out of the way, but he'll go ahead, take his own home boost, try to rotate around. Jase Snack, awkward 50. First one there is AJ with a deep shot, too strong off the crossbar. Jase trying to jockey it out, and that's going to be cleared out from the Panthers. AJ trying to get something with 1 minute left to play. Snack, strong side, able to go ahead and get it in. And the deficit is now to 1 as the Panthers lead at 3-2 with 56 seconds left to play in Game 3, looking to take the advantage in this best-of-5 series. Initial kickoff. Clean. TJ able to go ahead, get it past the defender, sets up the double back. Snack to interrupt. However, not enough. And just like that, AJ able to save it in what would have been a dagger for Jase. The last second, able to save it. And maybe this is the momentum shift now that the Cascades were looking for. 30 seconds left. Jase sets up, tries to pinch it down. Can't get it there with the timing. TJ trying to follow it up, gets demoed. AJ taken across the timeline, he'll work the right-hand side. Man with the plan, trying to interrupt. Follow up by TJ and Jase. Lots of rotation going on with 8 seconds left to play. Panthers clear it out. Now 5. Mushy gets the ball stolen away from him as the ball will go ahead over into the right-hand side. However, we go into the extra overtime. AJ tries to set it up. Man with the plan, trying to nose it down. But AJ on the top of his car. It's a breakaway shot, and that's cleared by Jase. And just like that, the Panthers able to go ahead and take Game 3 in a nail-biter. Excellent job by this UNI Panther squad, able to go ahead and play defensive heavy. Of course, that's 6 saves total for the team and only 5 saves for the Cascades. And that's off of 10 shots and 10 shots as well. So it all boiled down to that one missed save from the Cascades in that quick 15-second time span that UNI went back-to-back-to-back goals. Here we go. Panthers now looking for their first victory of the spring semester. Into Game 4 we go. Kickoff's clean. TJ trying to set something up with man with the plan. Little too strong. Off the top of the crossbar. Snack gets that stolen away by Jase. Tries to work the right-hand side. No can do. AJ with the save. But Jase with the score. Left-hand side able to go ahead and get this one in as TJ, just a pass from the right-hand side. Really excellent job by the Panthers, kind of being cognizant of kind of the placement of UFV. Hopefully the Panthers can continue this momentum for the rest of the game. Of course, usually when the Panthers draw first, typically we see that they will go on to win the game. However, anything can happen. Jase, right-hand side, Tries to set it up for man with the plan, but Snack stealing it away, gets it cleared, but TJ trying to work that left-hand side as well. Mushy gets that one cleared out by Jose, and just a lot of teams kind of jockeying right now, trying to get their rotations in, but Snack from the left-hand side, Todd able to go ahead and tie this one up, almost takes it coast to coast on a nice little nose dip from the left-hand side. Snack's been a really a strong factor for the Cascades, at least this series. Able to get some critical saves, able to get some really nice shots, especially in game 2. And just kind of letting his team kind of work around him, as we've seen such great passing from both of these teams. I couldn't tell you which one, just from my kind of little mind, as TJ able to go ahead and get this one in. Able to push the Panthers in the win condition column if they can go ahead and settle this up with 3:27 left to play. 2-1 for the Panthers. So like I was saying, the Panthers typically, or I guess both of these teams, you don't really have a standout person being like X is carrying for our team. It's been great saves from Jose. It's been great goals with man with the plan. And of course, TJ, the ever-presence on defense, offense, with those mounting assists. And the same can be said from the Cascades, as UNI almost got another goal, just went off to the left side, as of course Jose gets a flip reset. Mushy there able to go ahead and get it saved. I mean, we've seen Snack, AJ, and Bushy all able to go ahead and get things done when they need to. Unfortunately, UNI is just one step ahead, as man with the plan able to go ahead, get this one in. 3-1 now in favor of the Panthers, with 2:45 left to play in game 4, looking to bring home the first win of the season, regular season. TJ gonna go ahead, flip reset right in front of the goal. Snack able to go ahead and get that one cleared. And with the plan, punching it in left-hand side, flips it over to Jose. Bushy kind of jockeying with man with the plan. He's able to go ahead, get that one pinched out, but no follow-up from the Panthers. They've got a full set of boosts, though, all 3 members, as they're going to try and get some offense going here. Over onto the Cascade side of the pitch. Set it up, right-hand side, Snack to intercept. Man with the plan, tries to push it back over to Jose. He'll get the clear. And here comes Jose, left-hand side, tries to set it up for TJ, but AJ able to go ahead and get the save and push it out of the way. And now here comes Bushy and AJ. Just Jose. What an excellent setup on transition offense for the Cascades. UFV getting it done with that demolition from AJ, able to take out the third man back. Just like that. It's 3-2 with 1:46 left to play in game 4 in favor of the Panthers. Quick succession shot off to the kickoff to no good. Mushy able to go ahead and get this one saved. Jose pays for it, as he's gonna get demoed. Snack tries to set up Mushy. Top of the ceiling on the backboard of the Panthers goal. Pushing in. Mushy. No. Jose. Save. Set it back up for TJ. Missed opportunity. And maybe this is exactly what the Panthers need. Need to capitalize on that mistake now. TJ clears it out. Right-hand side. He'll go ahead, work it over to Jose on the backboard. Mushy does get demoed. And with the plan, setting up a nice little waterfall, points it in. TJ to Jose, just like clockwork. Panthers able to go ahead and extend their lead by 2 on an unsuccessful clear from the defender of the Cascades. And the Panthers going to go ahead and Hopefully they can hold off UFV 48 seconds off the play. Again, it's just been capitalizing on these just little missed moments for the Panthers against the Cascades here, where we've seen the Cascades able to go ahead and, take advantage of the overly aggressive nature. And of course, we saw that in game 2 and a little bit in game 3 as the long shot from AJ able to go ahead and, again, 1 goal difference with 22 seconds left to play. And we've seen both of these teams get some pretty quick goals off of kickoffs. Initial kickoff going to be clean. Jase able to go ahead and get the clear. Mushy to answer that right back. And with the plan, gets that one intercepted by AJ. Deep shots, no good, as Jase is able to go ahead and get this one cleared. He's going to be looking to nose it down. However, Mushy's going to maintain it up. We're in extras. Just briefly, a little bit of overtime, as the ball will finally go down, and the Panthers will go ahead and win the series 3-1. An excellent job. Of course, Jase able to get the 2 goals and assists and 3 saves. And of course, 3 assists there for the veteran TJ. Excellent job by these Panthers today, able to go ahead and get it done. Of course, coming off of a very difficult sweep loss from Grace College, able to go ahead and get it done in week 2. Next week, the Panthers are going to be playing against UW Green Bay. So we will get to face against the University of Wisconsin Green Bay next week, hopefully around about the same time next Tuesday. Till next time, Panthers finally get into the win column. 1-1 is currently their regular season score behind Grace College and UH Manoa. For that, Igneous is in production. My name is Hunter. Thank you for joining us on a fantastic Tuesday night. We will see you next time. And like always, go Cats.